Hey guys, so today's video, I'm going to show you how to elevate your fashion by using a Cricut machine. So this is a jacket that I made by using a Cricut to create this design on the jacket. And I layered it by adding in glow-in-the-dark vinyl from Cricut. And then I also added different designs on the sleeve as well. And I wanted to use words that represent who I am as a creative person. And I really love how it came out. And I'm also going to walk you through the process of how you can create your own. Now, before we get deep into the DIY, I want to show you guys some amazing tool from Cricut that you guys should check out. Now, for my seamstress and fashion designers out there, if you did not know, Cricut has a nice little sewing toolkit that I think is amazing. It comes with some scissors, pin cushion, needles, seam ripper, and a measuring tape and more. And I feel like this is a must-have. So if you want to check it out, I'm going to include a link down below in the description. We also have a bonded fabric blade, and this is really good for cutting out patterns or fabric with your Cricut. And yes, I said that right. You can actually cut out patterns on your Cricut, and you can do so much. So let's say, for example, in this DIY, I wanted to layer fabric on top of each other to create an overall look. I can do that by cutting out the fabric with this blade here. And lastly, we have vinyl. We have different types of vinyl. Here we have the holographic iron-on vinyl. We have some pattern vinyl here. And then lastly, we have the iron-on thermocollant vinyl. And this is really cool because it creates this nice gradient effect when it's in the sunlight or UV light. So it is something for you guys to check out, especially if you want to get really creative with your fashion. But other than that, let's dive into the tutorial. So we're going to start off with the Cricut Design Space, which is free for you to use. They have some free images here as well as some paid ones. And you can start a free trial to get access to thousands of artwork. Now I'm going to start off with a blank canvas. And I already have my own design that I created. So I'm going to upload my design into the canvas. Once you click it, you add to canvas. And it should look like this. So right now it's set as a print then cut, but I'm going to change it to just a cut. We are not going to be printing this look out because we're going to use heat transfer vinyl for my design. Now I'm going to make adjustments based off the jean jacket that I have. I have measured out what I wanted to do. Now I'm going to create an offset because I actually want to add layers to the back of my design. And you can click apply once you figure out how wide and large you want your offset to be. And once again, this is just creating another layer for you. Now I'm going to change the color to kind of get an idea of what the design will look like for myself, because I'm going to have white for the larger layer and then black for the thinner layer. I'm also going to add in some text, adding Creator Live, and then I'm going to make it a little bit curvy around that nice little thread there, and then make adjustment as I see fit. So it's all about getting creative with your design. I'm also going to add in a photo of a jean jacket that I took and add it to the canvas. Now this is a great practice because if you do not know what your design will look like on the actual garment, you can test it out on the mock-up. So I'm going to copy and paste this and actually adjust my design to my mock-up. And this is what it's looking like so far. So it's giving me an idea of what it will look like on my jean jacket. And I'm just going to keep adding different design elements to this look until I'm satisfied. So I'm thinking about adding text on the sleeve as well as the top back part and the other side of the sleeve, just using words that really describe me as a creative person. What I'm going to do is highlight this and flatten it. So that way we'll be able to hide this layer when we cut out our vinyl. So there we go. So now I'm going to put in the words that I used on my mock-up, and I might switch some things up, but this is what the design is going to look like so far. Now we're going to move on where we can place it on the actual mat. And I'm using a 12 by 24 mat so I can get a lot more done on the longer mat. And I'll have a link for this in the description of the video. So first we're going to go with our glow-in-the-dark vinyl, and it's going to create that cut for the first layer of my design. And then I'm just weeding my vinyl. And make sure when you're using HTV that you are placing the shiny part on the mat. And the Cricut design space will actually tell you this before you start cutting things out. Now, once the vinyl has been cut, I do like to make sure if there's any blank spaces, I will cut around it so I can save it for a later project, which I did earlier. Now, I do enjoy the process of weeding out the vinyl. Let me know in the comments if this is something that you enjoy, especially for this design in particular, because it's not super detailed and it's not tedious work, so it won't take me too long to complete it. But once again, it is kind of fun for me to do. Now I have my heat press too, which is such an awesome tool to use to transfer and heat press your vinyl onto your garment. Now I have my jean jacket here. I have everything all weeded out, and I'm going to start pressing it on the back of the jacket. Now, one thing you can do is press your garment prior to applying any heat transfer vinyl. And then I'm just going to lightly touch on this heat transfer. And then I'm going to layer it with the other part on top. Now, the first time I did it for the first layer, I didn't put it on too long because I'm going to layer everything together. And I'm just placing things as I see fit. So far it's coming together. Now we're going to put our design on the sleeve. And one thing I love about the Cricut heat press is that you can also travel with it too, and it fits in my luggage when I'm traveling. So definitely check it out. I'll put a link down below for you guys. I'm also going to place it at the top of the jacket as well, and then press it down. And you guys, this is what it's looking like. It looks exactly like the mock-up that we created. And it really didn't take that long to create. And I'm going to show you what it looks like in the dark in just a few moments. But look at this. I cannot wait to wear this out. Now, this is what it's going to look like when it's glowed in the dark. Everybody gets to see this at nighttime. It really stands out and it's fashionable. Let me know if you plan to try this DIY out, and make sure that you check the description down below for all the tools and materials that I use for this video. I hope to see you all next week for a new video. Bye, everyone.